Welcome to Season 20 of the 5-Minute Biographies podcast from 5minutebiographies.com, where each week we tell you interesting things about interesting people in about 5 minutes. If you enjoy the show and would like to support us, why not consider buying us a coffee? Head on over to 5minutebiographies.com/coffee to see how. This is the first episode of the season, Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan was born as Temujin in 1162, near the Onon River in what is now Mongolia. He would go on to become one of the most formidable and influential conquerors in history, founding the Mongol Empire, which became the largest contiguous empire the world has ever seen. His life was marked by struggle, ambition, and an unrelenting drive to unite the warring Mongol tribes, transforming them into an unstoppable force that would change the course of history. Temujin was born into the Borjigin clan, a noble but relatively minor Mongol family. His father, Yesugei, was a respected chieftain who arranged for Temujin to marry Borte, a girl from the conqueror tribe. However, before Temujin could solidify his position, his father was poisoned by a rival tribe, leaving him vulnerable and without allies. The family was abandoned by their clan and forced to fend for themselves in the harsh Mongolian steppes. These early hardships shaped Temujin, instilling in him a fierce determination and survival instincts that would later define his leadership. Despite his struggles, Temujin gradually built a network of supporters. He formed key alliances with powerful Mongol chieftains, including Togrul of the Karaite tribe and Jamuka, his childhood friend turned eventual rival. Through a combination of strategic marriages, political maneuvering, and military prowess, he steadily gained influence. His vision was to unite the Mongol tribes under a single leader, something that had never been accomplished before. His rise to power was not without resistance. Many Mongol leaders opposed his vision, leading to a series of brutal battles. His most notable early conflict was with Jamuka, who initially supported him, but later turned against him. In 1206, after years of warfare, Temujin emerged victorious and was proclaimed Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. With this title, he cemented his authority over the Mongol tribes, transforming them from scattered clans into a disciplined and highly effective military force. Under Genghis Khan's leadership, the Mongol army became a fearsome war machine. He introduced rigorous military reforms, organized his forces into an efficient structure, and implemented strict discipline. His tactics relied on speed, adaptability, and psychological warfare. He instilled loyalty through a meritocratic system, rewarding his warriors based on ability rather than noble birth. This approach ensured the loyalty of his followers and enhanced the effectiveness of his campaigns. Once he had secured his rule over Mongolia, Genghis Khan turned his attention to expansion. His first major target was the Western Xia dynasty in northern China. After a prolonged campaign, the Mongols crushed the Western Xia in 1227, forcing them into submission. His next conquest was the much larger and more powerful Jin dynasty, which ruled northern China. After years of relentless warfare, the Jin capital, Zhongdu, modern-day Beijing, fell in 1215, marking a decisive Mongol victory. Genghis Khan then looked westward, seeking to expand his influence into Central Asia and beyond. He launched a campaign against the Khwarezmian Empire, a Persian state that controlled vast territories across modern-day Iran, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. Initially, he sought peaceful trade relations, but after Mongol envoys were executed by the Khwarezmian ruler, he retaliated with a devastating invasion. The Mongols razed cities, decimated armies, and obliterated the empire, demonstrating the consequences of defying Genghis Khan. His campaigns extended further into the Middle East and Eastern Europe. His forces reached as far as the Caucasus and Russia, laying the groundwork for future Mongol incursions into Europe. Despite his conquests, Genghis Khan also established effective governance over his vast empire. He implemented laws that promoted religious tolerance, protected trade routes, and introduced a written legal code known as the Yasa. His rule facilitated the development of the Silk Road, encouraging trade and cultural exchange between East and West. In addition to his military and administrative achievements, Genghis Khan was a keen strategist who valued intelligence gathering. He employed a vast network of spies and scouts to gather information about his enemies before launching attacks. His emphasis on adaptability allowed his forces to overcome numerically superior foes through superior tactics and mobility. Despite his conquests, Genghis Khan never saw the full extent of the Mongol Empire's expansion. In 1227, during a campaign against the Western Seer, he fell from his horse and sustained severe injuries. Shortly after, he died on the 18th of August, 1227. The exact cause of his death remains uncertain, with some sources suggesting he succumbed to his injuries, while others claim he fell ill. His burial site remains one of history's greatest mysteries, as his body was reportedly buried in a secret location to prevent desecration. Following his death, his empire was divided among his sons, with his third son, Ogedei, chosen as the Great Khan. Under his successors, the Mongol Empire continued to expand, eventually encompassing vast territories from China to Eastern Europe. The empire's influence reshaped global history, facilitating trade, cultural exchanges, and technological advancements across continents. Genghis Khan's legacy is complex. He is revered in Mongolia as a national hero, a unifier of the Mongol people, and the father of the nation. His leadership transformed a fragmented group of tribes into a powerful empire that shaped world history. However, he is also remembered for the sheer destruction wrought by his campaigns, which resulted in the deaths of millions. His conquests left an indelible mark on history, with his descendants ruling vast parts of the known world for centuries. Despite the brutality of his wars, Genghis Khan's impact was not solely one of destruction. He established laws that protected civilians, encouraged trade, and promoted tolerance among different religions and cultures within his empire. His ability to forge one of the largest empires in history is a testament to his strategic brilliance, military innovation, and leadership skills. Centuries after his death, Genghis Khan remains one of the most studied and debated figures in history. His life embodies the paradoxes of war and governance, brutality and innovation, destruction and creation. His influence continues to be felt in modern Mongolia, where he is celebrated as the country's founding figure. His empire, though eventually fragmented, left a lasting impact on the world, shaping the political and cultural landscapes of Asia and beyond. Few historical figures have left such a profound and lasting imprint on the world, making Genghis Khan an enduring subject of fascination and study. Thanks for listening to the 5-Minute Biographies podcast from 5minutebiographies.com. If you enjoyed the show, please leave us a review wherever you get your podcasts, or if you would like to support us more directly, why not consider buying us a coffee? Head on over to 5minutebiographies.com/coffee to see how. Also, why not check out our other 5-minute podcasts, which you can find at 5minuteproductions.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.